Yo, yo, welcome to another episode of Garage Talk. Look, I promise y'all, I don't want no smoke, but it's got to be said. And I'm going to be the one to say it. You know, that's what I do. It wouldn't be me if I ain't keep it real. We got to understand in this MC world, this bike life on these bike sets, you got to just accept change, man. Things have changed. The bike life that we used to know back in the days, that's not the same no more. These bikes are built different. Customization styles is different. Riding styles is different. Everything is different. And you old heads, I call you old heads. That's what I call my uncles and all my dad friends and stuff. These guys been in the bike life for way before I was born. But I always listen to my OGs and stuff. And we had a conversation today, sitting on a porch or whatever the case may be. And man, y'all old coons, man, y'all don't want to accept change, man. Y'all feel like everything's supposed to be how it was when y'all came up in the bike life or on the bike set and y'all clubs and stuff. And I mean, just being honest, it's not like that no more. Y'all guys can't get mad at the younger generation like myself and the guys behind me that's doing things different. Like you got to understand, like times have changed. We move different. We think different, and y'all got to accept that change. Stop getting in your feelings about what people doing with their bikes or how they ride their bikes or whatever the case. Like if it don't concern you, don't worry about it. That's my take on it. Like you can't get mad at a guy that's putting his bike in a trailer and hauling it to Daytona because you decide to ride yours or whatever the case. I understand getting the miles is the enjoyment of things, but people still have enjoyment when they get to their destination and party and stuff like that. Like you got to look at it like this. Back in them days when y'all was getting all the miles and stuff, and I'm talking to my 50, 60, 70-year-old riders, like we ain't riding around in Buick Skylarks and Deuce and the quarters, and we don't have the wire wheels and gangster white walls and stuff like that. We got big trucks now. We got 3500s. We got 2500s. Our truck had towing packages on it. We got enclosed trailers. Like y'all didn't have that back then. So of course y'all ride y'all bikes everywhere. But if we want to throw our bike on a trailer and hook it up to our truck and roll down there with ease and unload our bike and have a good time, let us do that. You know what I mean? Don't get mad because man, he put his bike on the trailer. Sometimes you just got to understand things change. Everything is not the same. That's just like going to the clubs. The bike clubs back in the 60s and the 70s and 80s, way different than the bike clubs we have now, And I can honestly say bike clubs back then was ran off loyalty and respect and it was a found respect for the MC world. But these days, these clubs that's out here, it ain't about loyalty and respect. Really it's about who getting the most money and who can bring more to the table in the club. Like if you can bring something to the club these days, they go automatically put you in an officer's position. That's just how they rock. But that's the change that we in. That's how things go now. Like they not doing the stuff that the guys used to do back in the 60s and stuff when it came to the MC world, man. So my thing to you is accept change. Don't let it get to a point to where it bothers you that you get upset or you get mad because somebody's doing something a different way than the way you used to do it. It's just the nature of the beast, man. I mean, everything don't stay the same. It's different ways people getting money out here. Like people not working in factories and mills and stuff like that. So, the money is changing hands in different ways and, gives them the opportunity to do a lot of different stuff to their bikes or with their bikes. And, we got 80 and $90,000 trucks these days. Like I said, the Grand Prix and the Cutlasses and stuff that y'all was rolling back in the days, at that point in time, that's just what it was. But they wasn't pulling no bikes nowhere. So of course y'all guys getting on them bikes and riding them wherever y'all want to ride them. And like I said, I get the fact that that was a part of the ride, just being out there with your brothers and stuff. But we can still have the same fun that you go have when we get there and unload our bike and ride it, whatever the case. And now I'm one of the ones. Depends on how I feel, whether I'm a trailer my bike or ride. Now I ride it more than I trailer. I will tell you that. Like I get out here and hit the pavement. Now when I do trailer, I I have medical issues. I had some things going on in Iraq that sometimes I medically can't ride certain destinations. So it's safer for me to put my bike on a trailer. But that's just me. That's my personal experience. I can't speak for the ones who trailer their bike all the time. Now maybe they just don't want to, or maybe it's a reason behind them trailing it. But the fact that that's what they doing, and you don't understand their circumstances or what's going on in their life, you can't get mad at everybody you see pull their bike off a trailer, because sometimes people pull their bike off a trailer for a reason, and they just not medically able to do it, or mentally able, whatever the case may be. It may be a reason for them to not be riding their bike long distance. So when you see somebody, don't always jump the gun and assume he's soft, or he ain't riding, or he just bought that bike for the look. Like, that ain't always the case. Sometimes people have stuff going on that you're not aware of that causes them to have to trailer their bike to certain destinations, depending on how far they're going. So my message today on this garage talk is strictly this: y'all old coons, snap out of it. We go always give y'all respect, especially me. I'm always salute to my OGs. I sit and listen to y'all talk a lot. I learn a lot from y'all guys. The reason I'm in this bike life culture is because of, my dad, and, my uncles and all the guys in my neighborhood as I was growing up with motorcycles. And I done heard plenty of stories, and I understand everything that's being told me, because I have a listening ear. But in the same sense, y'all can't allow that to destruct y'all mental and think that just because things is moving in a different direction, that it bothers y'all or it upsets y'all. Because like I said, the 60s, 70s, and 80s was a different time life. Things was a lot different then. The way things go now, don't let that shit bother you, man. Y'all gotta wipe that off. It's still a lot of young guys out here like myself who honor y'all, who respect y'all, but this getting in your feelings about different bike stuff, y'all gotta let that go. Like, don't get mad because everybody ain't chroming out their bike no more. Like, if y'all want to walk around blinding each other with all that chrome and stuff, that's your personal preference. That's what y'all used to do. We ain't wanting to do that. We want to make our bike our own. We want to have our own look, our own appeal, and do what we want to do to it. So on this episode of Garage Talk, the message for today is accept change. Understand things ain't gonna be the same forever, and let it be done. That's all I got. Holler at me. I'll get with you later. Peace.